Is everything all right?
Guess what? Castillon's in town, and I'm not waiting around for him to stick a knife in my vitals. We're going to get him before he gets me.
We're going to surprise Castillon. I love surprises.
Unfortunately, Castillon's holed up somewhere in Kirkwall. I haven't been able to find him. I do know where Velasco is, however. That's his right hand. We just have to make him tell us where Castillon is. Somehow.
So you're saying you don't have a plan?
I have something of a plan. Step 1, we go to Velasco. Step 2, something exciting happens. Step 3, profit. Well, do you have a better idea?
I can't think of anything. You'll have to manage on your own.
What if you took me to Velasco and pretended to betray me? You say you're giving me to Castillon for gold, and Velasco takes me to him.
And I'll follow you to their hideout.
Exactly. Once Castillon shows himself, we'll take care of him.
I'm ready whenever you are.
Velasco's been spending his nights at the brothel, enjoying its many splendors. That's where we'll find him.
You're the champion of Kirkwall. Seems everyone wants something, don't they? Oh. Mistress Amel would have been very proud.
Have you located any Canary blades?
This is what I found.
If you find more, bring them to me.
The bar at the Blooming Rose stocks and
Ah, the champion of Kirkwall. Your reputation precedes you. Forgive me. I should introduce myself properly. My name is Nancio Caldera Lanos. I am a noble from the beautiful country of Antiva.
Is there something I can help you with?
I've come to you in search of aid. An elven assassin I have been chasing is loose in the area. Unfortunately, he's hidden himself among the local Dalish, no doubt playing on their shared heritage. He's a master manipulator, who will endanger even his own kind to ensure his survival.
Your assassin is no fool. I doubt the Dalish would hand a fellow elf over to you, murderer or no.
Ah, so you see my problem. Where that elf goes, death follows. He must be captured quickly. I've heard of your dealings with the Dalish. I was hoping you could go where my men could not. Find out where the assassin is hiding, and apprehend him.
I'll see what I can do.
One of the Dalish, a woman named Vael, is a friend of his. I suggest speaking with her first.
We won't be here when you get back. We got a campsite outside the city. Look for us there.
I was thinking of changing my rooms. That's his room over there.
Are you ready?
Yes, I think so. Now, this needs to be convincing. And you'll need to get creative. Call me names, even hit me. Stick with it, no matter what I do. Velasco's a clever son of a bitch. If you waver, he'll notice.
I don't know if I can pull this off.
Come on. Haven't you ever wanted to slap me? Just a little?
Yes. Yes.
I wasn't asking you people. Whatever you do, just make sure he takes me to Castillon. I'll leave a trail for you to follow. Let's go.
I think you and Isabela can handle it.
Get back here, you...
Skittish bitch.
I hope you have a good reason for interrupting my private time.
I have a present for Castillon.
Present for... what?
You should see the look on your face.
This wasn't the plan. We were going to kill him.
It's better this way. I hope you understand.
How dare you? You backstabbing little shit. You'd better start sleeping with one eye open.
Castillon will be pleased. He's been looking for Isabela for some time. A token of our appreciation. It's more than she is worth.
To the rescue, then.
Dwarves are irresistible. I can't help it.
This belongs to Isabela. This belongs to Isabela. Looks like the trail Isabela left. The trail leads to Lowtown. Looks like the trail Isabela left. This belongs to Isabela. This is Isabela's trail. Looks like the trail Isabela left.
Why don't we work something out? If you're good, I'll tell Castillon to go easy on you.
Contrary to popular belief, I do have standards.
You're going to do whatever I want. I own you.
You sure about that?
You! I knew the bitch was up to something! Kill them!
Velasco sent word to Castillon. He's on his way. Let's look around first. I want to know why he's in Kirkwall. So Castillon's looking to expand his...
And Velasco told me you were all tied up. A lovely present just waiting to be opened. I see he's paid for that little mistake. What a pretty smear he makes. Well played, Isabela. Crossed and double-crossed.
You want to talk? Maybe we should talk about these documents. Slavery in the Free Marches? They're not going to like that.
Get to the point.
Give me your ship, And your word to leave me alone, and you can take these papers and go.
What happened to getting rid of Castillon?
I am getting rid of him. Through peaceful means.
Coming from her, that's priceless.
I saw the ship docked in the harbor, Castillon. She is splendid. I want her.
Give me the documents, and you can have the ship. And you will never hear from me again.
Swear it.
I swear it on my mother's grave. Give me the documents.
You've made your decision, Isabela. Do as you wish.
The ship is yours. Let me say, my dear, that you would make a remarkable ally for any man able to tame you. Our business is hereby concluded. Forever. Be well, Isabela.
He didn't deserve to walk free.
He'll get what's coming to him someday. Doesn't need to be at my hand.
How does it feel to have finally gotten the ship of your dreams?
Better than 3 greased-up sailors. I really should haul anchor first thing tomorrow morning, but I don't know. I've taken a shine to Kirkwall, and some of the people in it. I might stick around. Come on. You're here? Good. I wanted to talk to you.
Ah, you're still here. At least some things are constant in this ever-changing world.
What? If you call me your rock or your foundation, I'm gonna hit you. Anyway, I'm glad you're here. Saves me the trouble of having to go look for you. I wanted to thank you for everything you've done for me. I'm glad you walked in here all those years ago.
You've been a good friend. And a constant source of excitement.
Oh, you do know how to flatter a girl. Now that I have my ship, I'll need a new crew. And I'd like to have someone like you on board. Someone I can really trust, who has my back, no matter what happens.
Exploring the world and getting away from all this? I'm game.
It'll be just you and me in the ocean. Oh, and a couple dozen hands, but they don't really matter. They say in Lomerin that a true friend is as constant as the Northern Star. Never put much stock in that saying till now.
Do you ever feel like the world's getting simpler? Like meeting to fighting is a lot less cold.
Greetings, champion. That is what they call you in your city, isn't it? Did you need something?
I hear there is a criminal hiding among the Dalish.
He is not among us. This criminal of yours is set up in a cave away from our camp. He said there would be people looking for him, and to tell anyone who asked where he was.
Why would he give away his position?
He said he didn't want to endanger our people by asking us to lie for him. Not something you'd expect from a cruel and evil murderer, is it? He'll be waiting for you at the cave. Good luck trying to reach him, however.
Strange. Why would the assassin want the Dalish to give away his location? Strange. Why would the assassin want the Dalish to give away his location?
Now you, I wasn't expecting. How do you do? My name is Zevran Aranai, adventurer and occasional assassin.
I've heard about you. You helped the hero of Ferelden stop the Blight.
At your service, my friend. I must admit, I was waiting for an assault by the Crows, not the mighty champion of Kirkwall.
How do you know I'm the champion?
Slayer of Canary, Deep Roads explorer, and a beauty to make the gods jealous. You underestimate your fame.
I'll assume you're not talking about birds.
Oh, please, do not tell me you know nothing of the Antivan Crows. We are the finest guild of assassins, an object of fear throughout the lands for any man with wealthy enemies. Or I should say they are. I am no longer a crow, a fact they find unacceptable.
There must be more to it than you leaving the guild.
That is offense enough to the crows, believe me. I may have also killed the last 4 assassins they sent after me, and all their men. Oh, and the guildmaster. In fact, if you were a crow, you might make a fortune bringing me in. You should consider a career change. No, really.
I thought you'd be taller.
Ah, let me guess. A man named Nuncio has asked you to capture a dangerous killer, yes? What did he say this time? That I killed his wife, butchered his parents, sold his children into slavery? Or did he tell you he was a lawman from Antiva, charged with apprehending a ridiculously handsome fugitive?
He didn't mention how handsome.
Ah, so you've noticed. I credit my high cheekbones and pouty lips. Bring me to Nuncio if you wish, but I warn you, he surely intends to kill you. The crows do not like loose ends, unlike myself. But you are a woman who can clearly handle herself, yes? Why worry? So, you can either tie me up, gag me, and then manhandle me. Or you can take me to Nuncio. Which will it be, I wonder?
I like your list of options. But does it have to be in that order?
I knew you couldn't resist my obvious charms. It's the accent, isn't it?
I'm not going to hand you over to someone who lied to me.
As a suggestion, you might wish to deal with Nuncio. If you don't, he will only come after you. It's been more than a pleasure, my dear champion. Fare you well.
You didn't tell me the assassin you wanted captured was once one of your own.
So Zevran told you, did he? It really doesn't matter. This time, his warden isn't here to protect him. I am thoroughly disappointed. No one fails the crows and lives.
Ah, poor stupid Nuncio. The crows do like that saying, but I am living proof it's a lie. Why they insist on thinking they can kill people like you and the warden, I will never guess.
Why didn't you go when you had the chance?
And risk a beauty such as yours be marred by a crow dagger? Oh, never.
You are nothing but a traitor and a coward, Zevran. You'll die here.
Yes, well, let's see how that works out for you. I'm sure you... The cat, yes. Excellent. Killing my former brothers in arms is oddly satisfying. I've little reward to offer you, champion, but perhaps this will serve as a token of my thanks. It is time for me to move on. Unless you'd care to get to know each other better, champion.
That depends. How much do you wish to test that luck of yours?
Oh, I see. Fair enough, then. It is time to move on, as they say. I have a little war to wage back home, and so little time. Perhaps we'll meet again, champion.
done a great service.
Do you never intend to give a public answer, Your Grace?
What have I been asked?
About the mages. You could calm this fire if you stepped forward.
The Chantry's teachings are clear. Those who turn against them would not listen more to me than to Andraste.
Then you do favor the Templars, Your Grace?
I favor peace, which is not the goal of either side, I'm afraid. I did not expect things to deteriorate so fast. I thought after the Canary, no one would wish for more violence. It has drawn more attention than I would like. Sebastian, if I can ask...
Anything, Your Grace.
And the champion, too, if you will?
I am your humble servant.
You honor me. The Divine is concerned about the situation here. She does not want to see the Free Marches become another Imperium. She has sent an agent to assess the danger. Meet with her, please. Tell her drastic measures won't be required.
I don't want to see the Divine's armies march against Kirkwall.
Could we keep the Exalted marching to a minimum? I keep all my stuff in Kirkwall.
Surely the Divine wouldn't treat the whole city as enemies.
She is concerned. It is never wise to draw the concern of the powerful.
She is the voice of Andraste. She cannot turn the might of the Chantry against the innocent due to proximity.
Were no innocents harmed in the Exalted marches? She will do her best, Sebastian. But she must act first to protect the faith.
This cannot wait.
Thank you. We cannot allow this ridiculous mage rebellion to turn into holy war.
The agent, Sister Nightingale, will be waiting in the Viscount's throne room tonight. She wishes to remain unseen. The room has been sealed since the Canary incident. It may be difficult to get in without attracting attention.
The Viscount's throne room has been sealed off since his death. A strange place for a holy sister to be.
So, even the Divine fears us now. She should. Kill the spies!
The Resolutionists. I might have known they would be part of this. Are you Sister Nightingale? I am. Or you may call me Liliana. The Divine sent me to investigate the possibility of a rebellion here in Kirkwall. I have some experience in unconventional situations.
The Leliana, who accompanied the hero of Ferelden to slay the Archdemon.
Ah. I see it will be harder to remain anonymous so near the Ferelden border. Yes, I knew the hero of Ferelden. Perhaps you have heard the songs I wrote of our time together. But that was many years ago. I am working for the Divine now, in Orlais. I had not thought to return to this part of Tethras.
Who are the Resolutionists?
An offshoot of a fraternity within the Circle of Magi.
Supported by the Magisters.
There's no proof of that.
I bet a lot of mages think they'd enjoy Tevinter's freedoms, and completely forget that few ever achieve the power to enjoy them.
There have always been factions that support freedom from the Chantry, and the abolition of the Circle. We have tolerated them. But the Resolutionists have become violent. They are likely behind the unrest here.
I appreciate you stepping in back there.
Of course. They mistook you for me, so they must know I am in Kirkwall. The Divine has long suspected that Kirkwall's problems were spurred by an outside group.
Like any mage with a brain can't come up with, "Let's rebel."
As if any mage with a brain couldn't conceive of anything else.
This attack proves she is right.
Are you saying you set this whole thing up?
I let word slip that an agent of the Divine was coming to investigate the mage troubles. It is how they chose to react which condemns them.
Please don't do anything dire. We still have a chance for peace.
Divine Justinia takes the situation here very seriously. She believes it is the worst threat to Tethras since the Qunari invaded.
A handful of apostates? How can that possibly...
The whole world is watching Kirkwall. If it falls to magic, none of us are safe.
None of you?
Tell Elthina to leave. There is refuge for her at the Grand Cathedral in Orlais. She will not be safe here.
These mages are out of control.
Hello again, champion. Go ahead, say it.
Say what?
I saw you watching me.
I was looking at the clouds.
Don't give me that. I know you've been judging me. You think I'm out of control? How can I claim to speak for mages when I'm half demon myself?
The one over there looks a bit like a bunny rabbit.
Have you located any Qunari blades?
This is what I found.
If you find more, bring them to me.
Terrible things do happen, Sebastian.
But what we see is only a piece of the puzzle. Only the Maker can see the greater picture.
The guilty prosper, innocents die.
And then they are brought to the side of the Maker. Their suffering ends. There is always a greater purpose.
Daenerys once killed a little boy to fuel blood magic that let him impress his fellow senators at a party. What was the purpose there?
Perhaps it was witnessing that which will give you the strength to prevent it ever happening again.
Sister Nightingale says you must leave Kirkwall.
What?
You were right. The Divine will be taking action against Kirkwall, though the sister didn't say what. You must take the holy relics from the Chantry and leave for safety.
Sebastian, I'm surprised at you. Andraste would not thank me for saving a few dusty finger bones and my own skin at the cost of people's lives.
You keep dead people here?
The Kirkwall Chantry has guarded the remains of the martyr Devrina for 800 years. They must be protected.
When I became Grand Cleric, I took a vow to the people of Kirkwall and the Free Marches. I will not leave my flock.
Would you let yourself die?
There is no greater devotion than to lay one's life at the Maker's feet. There is no better death than to take the blow for another.
Sister Nightingale took a great risk to warn you. Don't be rash.
Please, Your Grace. Sister Nightingale thinks there will be war.
Then, I must make peace. Settle yourself, Sebastian. I'm in no personal danger. I am Grand Cleric. Who would dare attack me?
If you will not shield yourself, then I will be your shield. You will come through this safely by the Maker's name. I swear it. If Althena won't leave Kirkwall, neither will I. I can't abandon her when the Divine's own agent warned her away.
The Grand Cleric is lucky to have your loyalty.
She'd be luckier were I willing to hit her over the head and carry her away. This isn't her battle. But if these Maleficarum rebel against the Knight Commander, Althena will put herself between them and be torn apart. I must try to make her see reason. This cannot end well. I'm giving it all up. I made a vow to the Chantry, and it was wrong to turn my back.
Sebastian, listen to yourself. You're as impulsive now as the day you turned away from us. Do you think the Maker wants another rashly spoken vow that you'll abandon when the next passion takes you?
I will not...
This is your life, child. Don't spend it being blown about like a weather vane. But here's Hawke. Maybe you can talk some sense into him.
Is the Grand Cleric upset with you?
She thinks I'm fickle, but I mean it. It was wrong for me to break my oath to the Chantry. I've turned against the Maker. And for what? Why would I want to rule Starkhaven and deal with jackals like Lady Harriman for the rest of my life?
Do you see yourself as a prince? Or a priest?
That's exactly the question I've been praying for guidance about. When I think of going to Starkhaven, calling on allies like Flora Harriman and all the corrupt, scheming nobles, my throat swells shut in horror. When I think about staying, I'm at peace.
If you give it up, what then?
I suppose I must convince Althena my commitment is sincere. Then I will remain here, to represent the Maker's interests as she thinks best.
You should ask what's best for your people, not just for you.
I do not have hubris enough to imagine it matters to the common people who rules them. Kirkwall does well enough with no one in the Viscount's seat. Someone will take the reins. The fields will be planted, the crops gathered. No one will notice that a Vael lives and isn't there, and I can devote my life to the Maker's will on Thedas.
You're wise to stay here. No one trusts a man who breaks his oath.
I cannot return to Starkhaven and subject my people to war without a clear sign that it's the Maker's will. Hawke should do it. Kirkwall needs a Viscount.
Have you asked her if she even wants that?
I watched my parents in Starkhaven. When times are good, the city rules itself. Years could pass and no one would notice who's prince. But when there's famine, when there's war, people look to their leaders. Who does Kirkwall have beyond Hawke?
This is probably a conversation for the two of you to have.
You want me to be Viscount?
Andraste said the Maker is king in the heavens, but it is the kings of Tethras who must recreate his worldly glory. I keep thinking about that. Who better serves the Maker? A brother of the faith, or a prince who can sway a whole city?
The best way to serve the Maker is in his Chantry.
Althena is risking her life by not deserting her flock. Could I do the same? It's been 15 years since I lived in Starkhaven. The people there are only a memory to me. Kirkwall, the Chantry, that's real. That's where I belong.
You're a man of faith, Sebastian. You would have hated politics.
You're probably right. Bootlicking nobles and bickering farmers, I'd have sent the whole lot to do penance. I do appreciate you hearing me out. You've been a good friend, Hawke. I will stay, as much for you as for her grace. I will try to convince her grace to leave until things settle down.
How much longer do I have to wait?